been waiting for the new Halloween 2 interactions to come out. You know, when they go in the elevator together and they talk to each other? As of right now, I've only seen 2 of them. And I just keep twiddling my thumbs, waiting for them to patiently be posted. But then I finally had an idea. Why do I keep sitting in the backseat when I could literally just do it myself? And not only am I gonna farm the Halloween interactions, I just thought of an even better idea. Currently inside of Danny's world, as you guys know, I don't have 2 of the mains. And the reason why I don't have these mains isn't because I don't have the research. It's simply because I'm too lazy to master the toons. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the most valuable interaction I want to get, coincidentally, is Toodles and Gordy. So today, I'm just going to try to master Toodles in one run and also hope to get Gordy and Toodles interaction at the same time. It is the most 200 IQ thing ever. With that being said, I got to get a team together. So I'm going to go live and we're gonna figure it out. Currently, like, setting up Halloween interactions and just use my ability a ton. Get distance and survive floors. If I can somehow survive 30 floors, that would be insane. That would actually be a little bit insane. So, moving on from that, I grinded for an hour and I got most of the important interactions. So, here is the first one. I'm gonna go over every interaction I got, talk about it, and then move on to the next one. Let's get it. It starts off with Sylvester talking to Rebecca. Rebecca, dost thou need any knightly assistance? Nah, I don't have any quest for you or anything. I see. Well, even if it is something as simple as fetching supplies, no, I'd be here. All right, maybe sometime later when we get some new fabrics. Okay, almost none of that was too much of an interest, other than Sylvester's kind of giving off servant vibes, honestly. And when you see him talk to Gordy later, that actually seems exactly what he is. Sylvester has almost fully encompassed the embodiment of a servant, even to his friends. But there's another part of that was a little bit confusing. And the part of it that's confusing is Rebecca talking about fabrics. Why is it that she's waiting for fabrics? Does she knit? Does she make clothes? I think there's a lot more that we don't know. Moving on from that, we got an Eclipse and Connie interaction. Hi, Bulliansky! Hi! Hey, Eclipse. It's Connie. Oh, right. Oopsie, sorry. It's fine. How are you holding the crew together, my little replacement? I try my best to live up to your awesomeness. Heck yeah, you do. You're doing amazing, Eclipse. Keep up being awesome. And it's Connie talking to Eclipse about Eclipse essentially being Connie's replacement, and this has to go back to Quell. Originally, Connie was supposed to be a part of the original Halloween cast, but she ended up coming out earlier instead with Louie. So with that being said, it's now canon that out of the original group, Eclipse is now the new one, which doesn't inherently make sense, but that's the one that's now officially Connie's quote-unquote replacement. And there's also something else I really wanted to nitpick with that, and it's Connie telling Eclipse that her name is Connie, not Bulliansky. And Gordy says something about this as well, how Connie doesn't like being called Bulliansky anymore. I can only assume that when Connie was in the original Halloween group, they called her Bulliansky, but now since she's joined like the normal toon cast, she only goes by Connie now. That's the only guess that I really have. The next interaction, we have Sylvester and Rebecca. Again, either way, here we go. Hello, Mr. Knight in Shining Armor. You know you got some scratches on that armor. Well, I'd consider that simply proof of my many expeditions in Garden View. You know, I could always help fix up that armor for you, pal. Hawk, Rebecca, for I have no need. I am most comfortable within the suit of armor. It'd only be for a moment, Sylvester. I refuse. So, Sylvester is being a little bit coded. He's refusing to take off his armor. Probably because, well, we all know he's Connie's sister. No, he's not Connie's sister. He's Connie's brother, which therefore means he's probably a ghost. And the reason why we can only see his eyeballs probably means I think Sylvester is self-conscious. He's either self-conscious about himself or, simply put, he's hiding something. Sylvester is definitely hiding something inside of that armor. And frankly, it's our job to find out what it is. Maybe some of these next interactions will tell us. But the next interaction we have is between Eclipse and Rebecca. And out of everyone we've had so far, this one is, like, hands down the most lighthearted. Rebecca, if I tried to catch my tail, would you watch? Say yes! Please say yes! By the way, Eclipse just gives me Yada vibes. Just needed to say that. I'll be real, Eclipse. I wouldn't want to watch that. It took you 3 hours last time. Aw, but when I caught it that one time, the payoff was amazing. The payoff was you falling asleep almost immediately after from exhaustion. Oh, yeah. Good times. Okay, so Eclipse is just a freaking donut. The lights are on, but nobody's home. I really want to see an Eclipse and Yada interaction. These two cannot be in the same room together. Frankly, it would just be bad news. Either way, Rebecca seems also like a tinkerer of sorts. Like, obviously at this point, that interaction had nothing to do with it, but Rebecca talks about waiting for fabric, says that she could help fix Sylvester's armor. I think she's like a tinkerer. But also Eclipse. Yeah, it's just deer lost in the headlights, but I'm here for it. And up next, we have a big dynamic shift in the works, and it's Gordy with Sylvester. And I'm just gonna get into the interaction, and we can come up with our own conclusions after. Sylvester, are you doing okay? I should be the one to ask you, my liege. I keep telling you that isn't my name, Sylvie. I'm Gordy! Of course. My habits have bested me, Sir Gordy. Yeah, but Gordy is my first name, not Sir. Ha ha ha. No, you are just acting like to a jester. You knew what I meant. Okay, once again, Sylvester's really playing into the vibes of being a servant. I definitely think he's an unseen servant. He doesn't want to take off his armor because there's nothing freaking there. It's just a ghost. Like, duh. But why is Connie okay with showing herself? I don't know. But either way, is Gordy some kind of freaking royalty? Roll out the red carpets, roll out the tape. Like, what the flip does that even mean? That's actually pretty crazy. But at some capacity, it seems like Sylvester might have been meant to just serve the Halloween tunes. Or maybe others. I don't know. I haven't got to see any of the other actions. But next, we have another interaction with Gordy and Sylvester. Let's check it out. Boo! You are being very brave today, my liege. Why, thank you. I'm very brave today, aren't I? Of course, but even those who are brave have others whom they rely on. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Heed my words, Gordy. I have your best interest at heart. I mean, Gordy's just being a kid there, right? Like, Sylvester obviously just wants the best for little Gordy, and Gordy is frankly just getting, he just doesn't care. He's a kid. I really do like Sylvester and Gordy's dynamic, though. It seems very, very sweet. We have 2 more interactions, and this one, I think, is the one that people have been waiting for the second most, which is going to be Sylvester and Connie, which isn't as deep as I think some of you guys expected. And then I also went ahead and got the Gordy and Toodles interaction. I think that is the most touted interaction there is. I'm just gonna go through both of them back to back, and no, I'm not. Let's just get into the first one. Sister, even though we are apart most of the year, I must say, I wish it was longer. I can't be serious when I want to be. Yup, same can be said here, bro. You're way too serious. All the time. And you are never serious enough. I'll always be as your protector. I can be serious when I want to be. And sure, yeah, keep LARPing as a knight. I am a knight. Sure. Okay, so that interaction, once again, Sylvester is a servant, but he has a heart. He has a hurt. He wishes he could be with his sister more often of the year, because as you guys know, he only comes around during Halloween, and it is a little lighthearted, and I've just grown to really like Connie as a character, but God, she sucks to play as. It is a little bit sad. And the next floor that I recorded on was my biggest crash out I've ever had in history. So I'm going to save that for a different video because I feel like this one's already really long. But we're going to go ahead and end this video off with a bang. I call this the play date.
Toodles, what if we pretend we're like super brave detective and I'm like a villain? I don't have to pretend.
Sorry, that's a sound very Toodle to me.
I don't have to pretend I'm super brave detective. I am one. Nuh-uh. You got scared when I pulled out Halloween decorations last year. Shh. I'm still super brave, usually. Okay.
And that's just cute. It's two kids hanging out. It's nothing more than that. It is really, really cute and innocent. And nothing came up with parents, but there might be more. But yeah, after all these interactions, I would say my biggest takeaway is what Sylvester really is. He is something that we don't know. We don't actually know what he is. Could be something sinister. Go ahead and drop your speculations down below. I will probably make a more in-depth theory video about this. Just to be honest, I'm kind of cooked right now. I really want to go to bed. I'm throwing this together and my brain isn't braining. So yeah, drop your theories below. I'm gonna start doing my own tomorrow. Take it easy.